Hello everybody, welcome to the second tutorial video for producers in the TBA Awards program. My name is Zach Goldberg, I'm the program coordinator at Theater Bay Area, and these are just a bunch of videos to help producers learn about how to use the website. So if you didn't watch the first video, please go back and watch that because that'll explain sort of where we are right now. I'm on the producer dashboard, and today we are going to start making our first production for the system. And the way that we do that, there's two ways. Up at the top here, we can click Submit a Production, or we can click this little plus button. That's a new record. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And that'll bring us here. This is how we start. And as you can see, this first page is just a bunch of basic information about our production. So title, genre, venue producer, etc., etc. And also if you hover over these, a lot of the times it will give you a better idea of what's going on here. To tell you what's going on. So we're going to start with our title and go from there. So title is pretty self-explanatory. Genre, as you may know, we've recently brought a whole bunch of new genres into the awards program. If you are producing a traditional theater production, you want to come down here and find what best suits you. I'm going to go for theater drama. Venue, let's see, there's many venues. I'm going to go. We have a whole list of venues. Hopefully the one where your production is taking place will be there. If it is not, you can go to Not Shown, and just make sure that you, in the notes down here or somewhere in the description, include the venue, and later I will go through and make sure that it gets added. Similar with producer. If you are a producer, so you are part of the program, then you should only see your name here. Otherwise, you will see a similar long list as we did with the venues. So click that. Playwright, you want to write the play in. And then composer, lyricist, librettist, all of these things which are, important if you are a world premiere production, or if you want to credit these people, we highly encourage you to do so. And then, of course, source author, source title if it's an adaptation. Okay, and then we're getting into the description. So a short description is only 100 characters long. That will be what shows up on the calendar section of our website. So just a little blurb. The Two Towers is part 2 of the epic. Something simple like that. The long description gives you as much room as you would like to take. That'll appear if folks click on your production and go in and see more details. So right now I'm not really going to type much. I'll just type test because we need something. And then we have 2 photos that we can upload. The banner is what shows up on the calendar view of the website, and the photo is what shows up if people click through to your production. So the banner is going to be a rectangular image that's 300 pixels wide and 100 pixels tall, or something similar to that, so a 3-to-1 ratio. So I'm going to go and find this. So I've added that one. The photo, which is, again, the click-through photo, is a square image. And that's what folks see if they click through to your production. So I'll find that. There we go. Caption, photographer, film, what have you. Moving right along, running time, you will need to give folks some idea of how long your running time is. If it changes at some point, that's okay, we can work that out. So we're going to say that. Price low, so the lowest possible price, and then the highest possible price if you have maybe VIP seating or something like that. Adjudicators and Companions. So this is where you get to determine how many adjudicator seats you are giving, you are supplying to adjudicators. Depending on your tier, you have to supply a certain amount. So if you're tier 3, you need to supply at least 6. If you're tier 2, you need to supply at least 9. If you're tier 1, you need to supply at least 12. So 12 is always a good bet because everybody can do that. And then how many companion seats you want to provide as well. This is not required by any means, but we do encourage it. So I'm going to provide 12 of those also. Okay, now a few of these before we go on. So world premieres, if this is a brand new production, and if it is a world premiere production, you want to make sure that this flag is yes. And then there will also be, when the ballot actually gets filled out, folks will be submitting scores for the playwright, in addition to every other aspect of the production. If this is a regional premiere, you would also click yes. If it's a world premiere, it is definitely a regional premiere. That's sort of up to you. If this is a guest production, you would flag this. A guest production means that you brought in another production team or production company to produce this at your venue or at your company. Guest productions are only eligible for guest production awards and not for individual awards. If you are a solo production, you would click yes. A solo production would be a production where the writer and the performer are the same person. It can be directed by someone else, naturally, but that's what qualifies something as a solo production. And then we have an anthology production. An anthology production would be a collection of shorts that are thematically related or narratively related sometimes. And in that case, you would want to click down as an anthology production. It's worth noting that anthologies and solo productions are only up against other anthology or solo productions for awards. They won't be compared against full-on theater productions or anything like that. Finally here, gender parity is a tag that we have to show that there's equity in casting. Not just casting, but the production team, the writers, the design team, etc. And if you think you meet those guidelines, click yes here. There are specific guidelines, which I'm not going to go into right now in detail, but if you want to learn more, you can look it up on the website, or please email me at awards@theaterbayarea.org, and I'll let you know. And then notes. These notes are things that are going to go directly to me or directly to the program administrator. So if, for example, you have strange things going on with your venue or your casting or anything like that that you want to make sure that we're aware of, please leave those notes here. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to fill out the performance dates. I'm going to put that in the next video since this one's gotten a little long. So we're going to click continue, and that'll bring us to the next video.